you have the Hollywood Reporter. They had an article that was written about people. I think it's Gen Z. I get them mixed up. Whatever the newest one is, Gen Z or whatever. 1,500 students were surveyed, or 1,500 people were surveyed from the ages 10 to 21, and that 47% of them said that sex is, TV and movie shows are over sexualized, too much sex. 44% of them said that romance is too much. They tired of seeing romance, so many stuff about romance. And I thought that was interesting. I thought that was really, really interesting, and that they wanted to see more. They wanted to see more storylines about platonic relationships and friendships, more than over sexualized culture, right? And check this out: 56% of them said they tired of remakes and franchise adaptations, whatever. They want to see original content. So 56% of them want more original storylines. I'm gonna spit on that towards the end. But about being over sexualized. I mean, yeah, anytime you oversaturate the market with something, and it's hitting you from different angles. When you start talking about, let's say, animation, let's start talking about romance movies, and you're gonna get that in romance movies. Or then you start talking about, you watch a Gladiator movie and they got a sex scene, and then you turn around, you watch a Western and they got a sex scene. You turn around and you watch, a biopic and they got a sex scene. You watch Oppenheimer, they had a sex scene, in Oppenheimer. People got to remember that too if you watch the great movie, if you into that type of stuff. So I definitely feel there's an over sexualization in Hollywood, right? And these are some key points that they hitting on, to be honest. So also you got to remember too, it's a lot of that rainbow stuff going on. A lot of people tired of that. Every time you watch something, it got to be a symbolism or subliminal or straight up in your face with that type of stuff. Like, at the end of the day, I just feel like, especially in kids stuff, it shouldn't be in there. And I think there also should be a disclaimer before you watch a movie. This, maybe with a rainbow thing, and also a sexual disclaimer in general, so you know what you let your kids see or what they shouldn't be able to see. And I think that's just how it should be. And I know a lot of people gonna feel a certain type of way, but yeah, they right. But anytime, even though, let's say, only music we can listen to is country, and all we heard was country. We heard country from the Midwest, country from the UK, country from Australia, country from Colombia, Bolivia, Belize, country from the LA, and that's all you heard was country music. Like, come on, what you expect is gonna happen? People tired of it's gonna be, that's all you hear is an oversaturation. They sexualize everything. When you turn on movies, when you turn on TV shows, when you turn on they still doing rap videos and music videos, so they tired of seeing everything is sexual. And you also got to understand, it's hitting a nerve. Also, it's hitting a nerve for young people to get out there and be sexualized, and have sex. That's all you seeing is sex. Guess what? A lot of them gonna be like, damn, this is what life supposed to be like. I gotta have sex. And then you start hearing a lot of these young girls that's of age now saying, well, the first time when I lost my virginity, I was 12, or this guy paid me $13, he paid me money at 13. I heard a woman say, to lose her virginity. And to us that was of age, young guys, a lot of the girls that lost their virginity, they wasn't to us. They was to some straight up predators. Let's keep it real. It was straight up, the guys, the older guys, pulling up to the high school, and a lot of guys, like, we know what it was. We had to go to the after school programs. We had to get the girls that was at the other school or nearby schools that walked home that wasn't into, and not every girl was into that. Some girls had the fear of God of their parents. But to keep it moving. But yeah, anytime and it's a lot of pressure on them already. You got to understand, there's also another study that 36%, or was it 36 or 38% of men worldwide under 30 are virgins. So, you ever like have an issue, and and then all you see is that issue in the world, you might have an issue with, you might have a problem with pit bulls, right? And all of a sudden you start noticing every pit bull, every time you see somebody walk a pit bull, you go across the street, on your timeline, you seeing everything a dog related on your timeline, most of it is pit bull, because you started to like, know you got a problem, so now you starting to notice. But if you didn't have a problem with pit bulls, you wouldn't notice it. So you see a lot of guys have problems with getting sex. Women won't really have that problem. The ugliest or the fattest girl don't really have that problem. But I also feel like there can be pressure on them to have sex. So when every time you're looking at Hollywood, you're looking at teen movies, you're looking at romance movies, and those are gonna be in romance movies, action movies, they having sex, and you're looking at the videos, they having sex. You're looking on social media, they shaking their butt and they sexualizing. A lot of guys, as far as guys, feel the pressure to have sex already. Back in the day, your friends used to make a bet who can get it first. It was always a certain amount of pressure, but it wasn't to the pressure where if you don't have sex, we not hanging with you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think a lot of guys are feeling that pressure, now from Hollywood to and now on the internet, where everybody listening to internet rhetoric. This guy's talking about they want to go to the upper room and send themselves to the upper room because they're virgins. And they don't know the dark side of sex. You really don't. You don't know the dark side of it. It's a great release. It's a great, sometimes you have sex and, with the right person, you wake up feeling, rejuvenated. You feel like a new person. But just hookup culture in general, you want to join it. Like, trust me, they ain't telling you all the bad things that come with hookup culture. Trust me. And a lot of dudes that had sex early, or a lot of women that had sex early, or in general like that, right? And had kids or made mistakes, they wish they would have been virgins. They wish they would have saved themselves. So, but also about the part where, especially about the part where, the platonic and the more things about friendship, you got to also understand that you see a lot of these young people on social media, TikTok, YouTube Shorts, all this type of stuff, Instagram. A lot of people saying they don't have friends. They don't have friends that they can rely on, they can go to the bar with. And a lot of people lean on that. And we are social creatures. We really not supposed to eat alone and do a lot of things alone that we end up doing. But we are social creatures, and we should step out there and be able to step out and have a drink or party or go to a game with friends. So everything is so much done online. It's just to the point where, yeah, you want to see more movies on, more ideas on how I can meet friends or how I can, socialize. You understand that generation ain't the social generation. So they don't really know how to socialize. And I see it, in young children, you see it when they're out and about. They don't know how to socialize. And unfortunately, the kids that get to go outside, the house might still be too hot, or the parents force them to go outside, they learn to socialize a lot better. Because I let kids play with my dogs. I used to live in the hood. And you could tell the kids that go outside, they socialize like that. They know how to communicate like that. So you definitely can tell the difference. I'm trying to create some shade on my dashboard so my phone doesn't get hot. But you definitely can tell the difference. So yeah, they probably want to see more that give them more things that give them idea how they can straight up just meet friends. And you see these old TV shows like Friends and Living Single and Family Matters and Smart Guy. And you see these friends gangs and these friends group. I remember I was telling somebody the other day at the barbershop, I said he used to go to the club 20, 30 deep. Used to have them days, 5, 6, 7, 10 deep, and meet a group of 7 to 10 women and have and had to worry about nobody getting robbed. We ain't had to worry about, they come back to the crib, we have a good time with nobody hollering, he did this, he did that, they did that. No, it was just a good old time. And y'all, it might just been for one good night. Or some of y'all friends might have found some of her friends attractive, and now they hanging, and now y'all hanging. And a good night. It used to be a good wholesome night. Now you can't do that no more. You gotta worry about somebody coming back rob you, or somebody said he did something he wasn't supposed to do, or one of the dudes being too aggressive, getting too drunk, too high. So, like I said before, it's a lot of fears that social media have established with the visibility that they gave around the world. So, yeah, I think these young people want to see, it be possible in this era. How do I meet friends, and how do I socialize, and all that type of stuff. So, yeah, and also, I found it funny to end the video off where they talked about how 56% are tired of the regurgitated content. And meaning that basically they tired of adding on the franchises, the sequels, the prequels, the going up to tens or the remakes. And I said this, and I coined this phrase. You heard anybody else say this anywhere else? In Hollywood, the remake is the new original. And the problem with the original not coming up with original content is Hollywood don't have talent anymore. Hollywood is usually extorting people to get in. So if you got the talent and you got the script and you're not willing to sell your soul and other parts of your body to get on to Hollywood, you can't get on no more. So the people that's selling their soul and selling their bodies to get in Hollywood, they're not talented. Look at the Ice Spice, the Sexy Reds, and all them. They're not talented. And now the Me Too movement, one of the blessings about it is it's starting to put a spotlight on how they've been exploiting, people, and people willing to give up their bodies and souls to get there. And all the people with the great original content are, and the creative ability to create that content, they not selling their soul. So Hollywood not letting them in, and Hollywood is suffering. There's people out there with great content. They stole the Matrix from that black lady. It's people out here. You see these content creators, Country Wayne and Big Ja and Corporate. The brother from Chicago. They got great scripts. Their scripts are better. And to be real, I don't watch a lot of Tubi, but a lot of the scripts on Tubi be better than a lot of the scripts in Hollywood they doing right now. A lot of the original content they create in Hollywood is old, stale, it's the same old thing. They can't come up with original idea to save their life because all the people with the great ideas and the great originality, you know what I'm saying, they won't let them in Hollywood. This is why you get the same Tyler Perry movies. This is why you get Transformer 9, 10, Fast and Furious 10, another Ninja Turtles. Nobody can come up with a new idea. Nobody can come up with a new comic. Nobody can come up with a new drama, a new series. They bring it back. Fuller House. They brought that back. They tried to reboot the Roseanne show, but she couldn't stop being Roseanne. So, yeah, hey, let me know what y'all girls and guys think, man. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Check out the music entertainment playlist. Check out the current news playlist. Hit the link tree. Shout out to UCLA. Shout out to Hollywood Reporter. Like I said, check out the Patreon. Won't be disappointed. Free for 7 days. Hit the link tree. Find me on X, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal. Appreciate the love and support. Peace.